Hello, Karen. And Janet, if you're there, and I hope your surgery went well. Nate has your side. Why didn't he say something yesterday?
Those two are not going to be here.
Let's see, Elizabeth, she must be out of town.
Yeah, I think people are traveling. Janet is in surgery or something.
She doesn't look like she's recovered very well from her hip operation.
No, I think
should be a lot better.
Yeah.
One of the back.
She's an example, I think, of doctors not quite knowing what's wrong. Maybe it's soft tissue here,
Yeah.
here and stuff.
Did they say anything about not coming?
I saw him today and he didn't think he was going to come.
He didn't?
Did not think so.
Yeah, you
Oh. Well,
He
then-
didn't say anything last night about it.
That'd be pretty odd for him not to show up.
He's not here, so I don't think he'll be here.
I mean, I could call
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm sure he knows that he does.
him. He didn't mention it. I saw him today.
I don't know.
Yeah, confusing. Yeah.
You want to get out there today?
We've got four.
What?
We've got four. And if they show up, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, we have 7.
Yeah, we've got.
We've got 7. We've got.
Good evening.
If I say it wrong, I'll apologize.
You look good. You look good. You look good.
Hey, I saw you walking backwards the other day.
I was moonwalking.
Yeah, but you were walking backwards.
Oh, you're
You were. You want to sit to the dog? Were you worshiping yesterday? Yeah.
Oh, welcome. Services begin on page 120.
אשרי יושבי ביתך עוד יהלוך סלע. תהילת אדוני ירא ברפי, יברך כל בשר שם קדשו לעולם ועד, ואנחנו נברך ים אתד ועד עולם. Hallelujah. As we do not have a minyan, we will turn to page 122b and recite the Amida silently. If you're still davening the Amidah, please continue to do so. We resume the service at page 135, Elaine. Hakatu b'toratecha Adonai imoch le'olam v'oed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai melech kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad.
We will read both Yurtzeit lists after Marav. Hopefully, we'll get another 2 people to show up, and we'll be able to say Kaddish. Okay, continuing our discussion on honesty and dishonesty. What justice demands of a thief? If one robs another of wood and makes it into utensils, or wool and makes it into garments, he is required to repay the value of the material at the time of the robbery. If he robbed another person of a pregnant cow, which subsequently gave birth to a calf, or of a sheep bearing wool, which he later sheared, he is required to repay the value of a cow which is about to give birth and of a lamb which is ready to be shorn. If he stole a cow which became pregnant while with him and then gave birth, or a sheep which while with him grew wool which he sheared, he is required to repay the value of the animals at the time of the robbery. This is the general rule. All robbers repay the value which the article had at the time of the robbery. At first reading, the Mishnah's ruling seemed illogical. Should not a thief who stole a pregnant cow be made to also repay the value of the calf that is subsequently born? The Mishnah's ruling is rooted in an unexpected calculation, rabbinic sympathy for the arduous labors performed by the thief. In the case of the cow that gives birth, the thief was obliged to care for the calf. In the case of the lamb, he was obliged to shear it. In a case, however, where the damage inflicted by the thief is irrevocable, the rabbis take great care to safeguard the interests of the victim. If a thief robbed another of fruits and they rotted, or of wine and it became sour, he is required to repay their value at the time of the robbery. In this case, repaying the goods' value at the time of the robbery is, of course, a disadvantage to the thief. If one says to 2 people, I have stolen from one of you or from the father of one of you, and the fathers are dead, and I do not know which, if the thief wishes to fulfill his duty in the sight of heaven, he must pay to each one the amount stolen. However, His legal obligation is to restore only the amount stolen. They then divided equally, as neither was aware there was a theft, and it was the thief who volunteered that he had stolen it. This is a relatively rare instance in which rabbinic law offers would-be penitents a choice. But as Maimonides makes clear, fulfilling the legal obligation alone is insufficient if the thief wants fully to undo the damage he has done. For if he returns precisely what he stole and the two people divide it, one will still lack the 50% that would have been his had the thief not taken it. Business ethics. One is forbidden to sell heathen's weapons of war, nor may one sharpen their spears or sell them knives, handcuffs, chains, bears, lions, or anything which can endanger the public. One may, however, sell them shields, which are only for defense. So remember that. No weapons for sale, but you can get those shields. Rabbi J. David Blake cited the above ruling in an open letter appealing to Isaac Goldstein, owner of the Dallas pawn shop where John Hinckley purchased the handgun with which he made his 1981 attempt to assassinate President Reagan. To stop selling handguns, should a Jew sell guns? Reprinted in Listening to American Jews, edited by Carolyn Oppenheim, page 209-210. Jewish law holds that a person bears moral responsibility for the evil that ensues from his or her irresponsible actions. Unlike American law, which is concerned with consumer rights but not obligations, Jewish law insists on both. Just as fraud pertains in buying and selling, so can it apply to spoken words. One may not say to a store owner, "How much does this item cost?" if one has no intention of buying it. You are permitted to engage in comparison shopping if you are considering a purchase, but to raise the hopes of the salesperson or to, quote, steal his time just to satisfy your curiosity or to assure yourself that you got a good deal on an item bought elsewhere is forbidden. So remember that the next time you go to Walmart. And we will continue our discussion on honesty and dishonesty next week. Okay. We will continue with Marav on page 137. You may remain seated. Adonai Hashia Hamel Hianenu Bayam Korenu Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Hashem Yochai B'Kayim Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Li'olam Ba'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim Ahavas Olam Beis Yisrael Amcha. V'avaskal tasim imenu v'elamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael el melech ne'eman Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavta es Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavecha V'chol nafshecha V'chol miyodecha V'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh Asher anochi mitzavcha Hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha V'dibarta bam V'shivtecha v'veisecha Uvlachtecha v'derech Ushakbacha uvkumecha Ukshartom lios al yodecha V'hoyu l'totafos b'neinecha uksav tom, Mrs. Besecha, uvi sharecha. Adonai Elohechem, emes b'yameinu chozes v'kayim alei Umalchus Zebeter Tzon Kiblo Eleihem, Moshe Bnei Yisrael L'chonu Shira B'Shem Chol Rabba V'yamru Kulam Mikamocha B'anim Adonai Mikamocha Nedar B'Kodesh Norot Tehilot Yifeleh Umalchus Chadra Uvanecha B'Kol Yom Lifnei Moshe Ze Elianu V'yamru Yelam V'ne'emar ki Adonai es Yaakov Uglo chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ba'al Yisrael. Together in English on the top of page 140. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Praise are you, Adonai, eternal guardian of your people Israel. Ushmar tetzenu va'inu l'chaim v'shalom me'atah v'yad Baruch atah Adonai, Shomer Amo Yisrael la'ad. Baruch Adonai. Ki ha'malchus shechahi, olamei timlach b'kavod, ki ein lanu melech ela atah, baruch atah Adonai, hamelech b'kvodo, tamid yimloch aleinu li'olam va'ed, v'al kol ma'aseh. The Amida begins silently on page 142b. If you are still deafening, please continue to do so. Services will continue with Aleinu on page 150. Aleinu l'shabeach Elohim ha'kol, na'aseh t'udam le'yotzer b'reshit, shalom ha'sanim v'megei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanim v'yishvot ha'olam, shalom sam kakeinu kahem, ve'gavot aleinu k'chol ha'olam, v'na'anu korim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Nosei Shamayim V'Yotzer Oretz U'Moshad Yakrab Shamayim Yimiyah Ushkinasu Zamehei Ramim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emes Malkeinu Avesu Loto Kakasu B'Torito V'Yodata Hayom Ashiva Salav Avecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim B'Shamayim Yimiyah V'al Horetz Mitachas Einod. Kakasu b'Torah Adonai Yimloch li'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'hoya Adonai melech ha'kol ha'oref ahu bayom ahu yeh Adonai echad hu shemo For the yurt sites that are concluding on the 13th of Av, we are observing those of Ursula Fitzmaurice, Sam Bartel, Rose Fox Blair, Sylvia Rosenfeld, Samuel Oppenheimer, Manfred Luttinger, Helen Fradkin, Rose Finkelstein. And Kashaya Millerman. For the yurt sites that are beginning on the 14th of Av, we are observing the yurt sites of Ida Yefremnikov, Bess Greist, Louis Fishman, Brentse Golda Frankel, Helen Kaufman, Vladimir Tasheyev. Are there any other yurt sites for the 14th of Av? In lieu of Mourner's Kaddish, we will say Amalei Rachamim, which is found on page 73. Please rise if you would like to. In English, the third paragraph, exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and the pure, to the souls of our beloved who have gone to their eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved ones find perfect peace in your tender embrace, their memory enduring as inspiration for commitment to their ideals and integrity in our lives. May their souls thus be bound up in the bond of life. May they rest in peace, and let us say Amen. Thank you all for coming. Services tomorrow morning, 7:30 here, 5:30 tomorrow evening here. Good night, Karen. Good night, Janet.